What's up, you guys? It's your boy Chris, or as those of you who have followed me over from Instagram, which is probably pretty much everybody knows me as @Tunes from the Man Cave. In this particular video, I wanted to try something interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these from the vinyl community on YouTube. Again, though, I'm very new to it, so if somebody else is doing what I'm about to do, you guys feel free to let me know. I don't want to take credit for like innovating something that I'm not. So please let me know in the event that this is, again, not something that I'm starting first. Because the name of the segment that I do on here, as you guys have watched my videos know, is Tunes in a Brew / whatever. Because the name of the segment is @Tunes in a Brew, I thought I would try something interesting, and that is a vinyl beer pairing for this segment. I've been thinking about doing this one for a little while, and I just decided to throw it together. So here we go. Okay. For one here, usually when I start, if I know I'm going to have more than a few beers, I'm not the kind of guy, guys, I'm not a Bud Light drinker, I'm not a Miller Lite drinker, I am a craft beer import drinker across the board. Pounded plenty of Bud Lights in my 20s. I'm not in my 20s anymore. My taste buds, my palate have evolved. I'm not going to bore you to death with beer lingo. I know this is a vinyl community post, but have evolved, and so I no longer can drink that. Anyway, here we go. Usually when I start drinking beer, if I know I'm going to drink 3 or 4 or more, I usually will start with something dark and aggressive, because I know that you don't want to start with something light and then work your way to dark, because you've just ruined the taste of that dark beer. In my honest opinion, that's what I've come to notice. So usually I start with something dark and aggressive, and then work my way to something sweeter, and then something a little lower on the ABV scale. Good start for me. Ballast Point, Victory at Sea, barrel aged, dark, aggressive, flavorful, with the immortal Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. Original master recording, 45 RPM. Guys, if that's not a good way to start an evening of drinking beer and listening to records, I don't know what is. And I just thought the two of them would be a great pairing. A dark, smooth, but aggressive beer with a smooth but aggressive jazz album. And, arguably, some people will say the jazz album. It's not my favorite, but damn it, it's up there. So, Miles Davis, original master recording, Kind of Blue, 45 RPM, and a Ballast Point, Victory at Sea, barrel aged. Highly recommend both to any lover of beer or vinyl, obviously, or you wouldn't be watching. But if you love whiskey and you love dark beer, that Ballast Point barrel aged is the bee's knees. You love it, I promise you. Next up, I wanted to go with something a little more modern. Usually, if the second beer, I'll usually do still a dark beer, but something a little sweeter. Something a little sweeter, a little lower on the ABV scale. You can't be drinking 10%ers all day long, or you're gonna need an Uber. And I don't have money like that. I don't ball like that, and I don't trust people like that. But for me, I wanted to go somewhere a little newer. Maybe a few of you guys haven't even heard of, and I hope you haven't. But if you haven't, damn it, you should. I got Duran Jones and the Indications, and an Against the Grain Milk Stout. Phenomenal. Very sweet, very smooth. I'm actually sipping on one right as we speak. Phenomenal beer. So you guys can tell where I am now. I'm at the second beer level. But you guys, if you haven't heard this record, you'll love it. If you have heard this record, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. And if you love, beer like I do, maybe you'll even understand why that's a good pairing. But sweet, modern soul record gives you hope for the future of good, solid soul music in our current atmosphere and our current landscape. Because I got to tell you, most of the shit that comes out is, I don't know. It's like, man, when did people stop making songs about love and relationships? And when did they start making, yeah, girl, I'm gonna tap that ass and call it R&B and soul? That ain't R&B and soul. That's glorified hip hop from a guy who can't write rhymes. That's all that is. Anyway, keeping my opinions in check, which obviously some of you guys know I'm probably not that great at. Next up, usually after I do my first 2 dark beers, I do my, my dark, aggressive, higher ABV beer. Then I do my dark, smoother, sweeter, lower ABV beer. I usually follow that up with a good, solid, even kill IPA. This one, The Unknown Brewing, Over the Edge American IPA. From beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, guys. From some of you are from the area that are following me, I'm sure. Some of you, I know you are. And some of you really just need to visit. Charlotte, North Carolina is a wonderful place, guys. The entire state of North Carolina and South Carolina, for that matter, my home state, are beautiful and wonderful. But Charlotte's got great beer. And they've got great record stores. And they've got a great music scene. And if you love all of the above, and why the hell would you not? Or else you wouldn't be watching my video. You really should. But The Unknown Brewing, Over the Edge American IPA, Even Kill. I chose to pair that with a band, self-titled, Mo5. Because obviously, I mean, if you can get a Mo5 an album, why would you listen to anything else, at least in my opinion? This is killer. This is a killer album, obviously. I don't need to go into too many details about why it's so great. Obviously, it kind of just speaks for itself. Up on Cripple Creek's on here. I mean, The Night They Drove All Dixie Down is on here. I mean, and that's not even counting all the other stellar songs that are on the album. But nice, even kill, classic rock and roll album with a good even kill American IPA from Unknown Brewing in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. Highly recommended. Guys, get on down and enjoy one. Next up, usually after the nice even kill IPA to even out my palate, maybe I'll go to a sweeter, more fruitier, whatever, IPA. That's usually where I go after that. But in this instance, nice, well-balanced, stronger IPA to come back with the palate. I chose, in my opinion, the most honest album I've ever heard in my entire life. Some of you, I'm sure, have heard more honest, and maybe I have, but I can't place one right now. But a good, honest album to just listen to someone pour their heart out and have a good, smooth beer where the beer doesn't distract from the album and the album doesn't distract from the beer. And for me, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, of course my Mo5 copy, because again, damn it, if you can get a Mo5 copy of a great album, why would you not? It's killer, the album is killer, the beer is killer. The beer that I'm going to pair this album with is Triple C Brewing, 3C India Pale Ale. Again, beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. Guys, if you love craft beer, North Carolina is arguably the greatest craft beer state in the entire country. True story, not making it up. Google it. Look at every list you can find. I promise you they're in the top 3 or 4. For me, man, it just really doesn't get any better. If you ever want any proof as to how good they are for beer, just go one state to the left or one state up and then try their craft beer scene. And then you're like, damn, I miss North Carolina. Man, I can't wait to get back to North Carolina. I promise you it's where it's at. Next up, I like to wind things down with something a little sweeter. And for a good sweet beer, why not have a good sweet soul record? And in this situation, I'm choosing to pair it with arguably my favorite compilation album ever, Portrait of a Legend, 1951 to 1964, the immortal and iconic Sam Cooke. And I would like to mix that with his Sycamore Mountain Candy IPA. Beautiful, sweet soul sounds from the immortal Sam Cooke with a beautiful, sweet IPA. Again, Sycamore Brewing, Charlotte, North Carolina. I really should... If I felt like my video was going to get thousands of views, I'd probably start charging some of these Charlotte breweries a little bit of money for the free pub, but it's probably going to get 40 views, so doubt they're going to pay up in free beer. Damn it, I wish they would. You guys watch this video on repeat so I can get free beer. Sam Cooke, Portrait of a Legend. All the hits are here. Plus a few songs that maybe you haven't heard if you're not a Sam Cooke fan. One of the greatest songs ever written, Bring It On Home to Me. If you don't like Bring It On Home to Me, then you follow another channel. Because I got to tell you, that's a freaking phenomenal song. It doesn't get too much better than that. But there you have it. And finally, close things out. I'll usually go with a good, smooth and sweet beer to close out my beer drinking experience. And why not the good, sweet sounds of my original mono Brilliant Corners from the legendary Thelonious Monk to accompany it. I can't really think of too much better. It seemed like an obvious choice to me. This album's got Sonny Rollins on it, guys. It's got Max Roach on it, guys. A lot of people consider it the Thelonious Monk album to have if you're going to have one. But why would you buy just one? Seriously, guys, if you bought this one and then you didn't buy another Monk album, it's like you're probably just not meant to be a jazz fan, and that's okay. Obviously, jazz isn't for everybody, especially not these days. But no reason to only own one Monk album if you're going to be a jazz guy. Brilliant Corners, Thelonious Monk. To close, and I close that out with my Ballast Point Sculpin IPA. Nice, sweet, flavorful, smooth. My beer lovers, my craft beer lovers, especially my IPA guys, if you're an IPA guy, you'll love it. I can assure you. But that is where I'll round up my Tunes in a Brew vinyl and craft beer / whatever Taster's Choice video. Figured a 6-pack would be more than sufficient, so I picked 6 brews and 6 records. I hope you guys dug this segment. I'm going to keep it short. Maybe I'll do it again with 6 other beers and 6 other records. I love to mix it up, both music and with craft beer. So if you guys dug this, let me know. Maybe I'll keep on doing them. Maybe I'll throw another segment in next time with 6 completely different records, 6 completely different beers. Maybe we can make this a reoccurring theme. I'd certainly like to, especially since I call my channel, show, or whatever Tunes in a Brew. So for all of those of you who follow me, who watch this video from the vinyl community on YouTube, and mostly from the vinyl community on Instagram, hope you keep following and keep dropping that needle and have a great RSD, and celebrate your RSD finds, guys, by stopping by a local craft beer brewery, buying a few beers from some very, very talented, hardworking, passionate individuals. These people are just as talented, hardworking, and compassionate as anybody who works at any record store you go to, and I can't think of any better way to celebrate. I know that's how I'm going to do it. I know that's how I'm going to celebrate my wonderful finds. And hey, I hope you guys do the same. And if you weren't thinking about doing it before, but now you're listening to me and thinking, you know what, there is a great brewery around the corner that I've been thinking about trying, but never have pulled the trigger. You know what? I was just watching that at Tunes from the Man Cave guy the other day, and that's a good idea. I'm going to do it. If you do that, please let me know. That would be wonderful to know that maybe I inspired you guys to hit up a local craft beer brewery. Once again, have a wonderful night. Good luck on RSD. And keep dropping that needle. Until next time, peace, love. See you guys next time.